Welcome to Go Against Podcast, a podcast about we haven't quite decided yet, but we're going to keep doing it anyway. I'm Colby.
And I'm a dancing lobster in a room full of crabs that want to beat me up. You can call me Fee.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I was watching all that on Netflix.
Okay.
And it got me thinking of, like, because Amanda that was her first fucking, her first appearance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was on all that on the first episode. Like, she got introduced on all that. And it got me thinking about the Amanda show. I've been thinking about it all week.
Okay, cool. Amanda Bynes has been out. I mean, I guess I wouldn't say that she's been out of the news.
I feel like she did something recently.
She's basically constantly doing stuff, but I don't like. I don't know. It's usually irrelevant to me.
I'm checking right now.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Because for a very long time there, it was like,
oh, she got thick, but not like the thick way. I mean, like she's chonk now.
I guess. I mean, but she, like, her major claim to fame in recent years is that she's had like very, very large, very public, like, mental breakdowns.
Yeah. She's got a tattoo on her face.
She got a tattoo of a heart on her face, which is not great.
Oh, she doesn't even look like Amanda Bynes anymore. She looks like some cholo from Corpus. Like
She kind of does, actually.
Yeah, she really
does look like you would run into her at the trade center. She looks like she sat down and fell asleep on one of the couches in the trade center. And you're like, oh no. You had a rough night.
She looks like she could be buying, like, those knockoff purses while eating a fruit cup.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, Amanda Bynes. It's just you look like it. I'm sorry if you're listening.
That's the general vibe. And, like, listen, to be 100% fair, like, I have, obviously we have no idea this woman's, like, personal life, but, like, she was she was very publicly not okay for a very long time. And then she had this sort of, like, I don't know, I want to say, like, this revelation where she was like, yeah, I've had, like, mental illness and I've had, like, a bunch of, like, negative people in my life. And I'm like, I recognize that what I was doing is very erratic and, like, not well, but, like, I'm okay now. And I was like, oh, good for you. And then
I chalked that up to, like, Nickelodeon child star, or just child stars in general. Like, Dan Schneider's fucked up a lot of kids.
Yeah, he has. Well, and there's not many, like, you're right that there's not many kids that from Nickelodeon. It's so weird how, like, if you're a Nickelodeon kid, if you were a Nickelodeon kid, you're fucked now. Like, if you're not Josh, you're fucked.
I was about to say.
Everyone else sucks ass.
No. If you're not Josh, Keenan. Arcal.
I don't even know what Kel's doing. I hope that Kel's just fucking hanging out.
Well, he was on a Nick show not too long ago, and last time I saw him, like, he guest starred on Jimmy Fallon. But I don't think he's doing bad. I just don't think he's doing anything. Maybe he's producing stuff.
He's just hanging out. Doing his thing.
He's hanging out with my family. Yeah, I don't know if you remember where that's from.
No.
What?
I was like, is this a Good Burger reference?
No. That's a fucking. Oh, what's that stupid movie about the birds?
About the Bergs? Yeah, it's
the birds.
Good Burger.
The birds.
Oh, is it the Birds?
No. It's the one where that guy made, and it was like an environmental message.
Oh, is it Birdemic?
Birdemic, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if, like, I'm sounding phlegmy. I'm sick. I'm a sick boy.
Well, and that's also why you're bringing up fucking random nonsense in the middle of conversation. You just said, "Oh, this song popped into my head. I'll sing it real quick." Fucking asshole.
Shut up.
I'll be real. Like, I was also super, super sick over the weekend. So I get it. I'm dog ass tired after this weekend.
Yeah, dude. No, this whole weekend, I spent just taking medicine every fucking 5 hours and just sweating and showering because I was just, like, sweat and shower. And then, like, I would drink soup and then be like, okay, I'm done.
I think my favorite thing is that we were like, hey, Fee, you should like test to see if you have COVID. And you were like, I don't know anyone that's even had COVID. And we were like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Well, I'll tell you one, like, I got it from my mom because my mom was sick. Mm-hmm. And she didn't have it. So knowing that, I don't have it. I just have cold.
I'm just cold.
I'm just a cold boy.
I'm just a wee cold lad.
So, like, with that being said, I don't think I got the Rona. I believe I just have the cold illness of the cold variety. And
hey, real quick, Fee, this may be an episode in which, like, we just don't have a focus and things just get super fucked. But I just noticed that Kel Mitchell's phone number is on the internet in a couple of places.
Hold on, send it to me.
Okay.
I wonder if
I just needed to let you know that, like, in his official bio on YouTube, it definitely says text Kel now, and then it gives a fucking phone number. And then that phone number is also on his Facebook page, and I'm like, why is this here?
Hold on, I want to call him.
Why are you giving me the phone number of Kel Mitchell?
I want to call him.
I don't want it.
I want to call him.
Of course you want to call him. Don't call him.
I'm calling him.
Don't do it.
You can text this phone number. If you want to be texted first, press any key now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. So my wife is actually behind me listening to this recording and says that this is a marketing thing because apparently Ashton Kutcher also has a textable phone number on his Twitter. Okay, so this is not Kel Mitchell being like, please, I'll take any fucking role. Just text me. You want me to play county fair? I'll do it.
You want me to do Good Burger? I'll do it.
You want me to just show up and repeat every line verbatim of Good Burger? I've been practicing the whole time. Please.
Philip DeFranco has one too. I think where you just text them and then like they'll look at the messages or something.
Yeah, I gotta like number one, it has to be there has to be an answering service or whatever. Like there's somebody that's in front of it. But the charm of someone just being like, hey, you know what would be great is if just people texted me to ask me if I want to be in their thing, which should be fair. Apparently that's Bill Murray's system. He doesn't have an agent, and he just says like, if you know my phone number or my email, you just send me an email or a text and ask if I want to be in a thing. And that's it. Like, that's his whole thing. That's what I hear, and I hope that it's true, because that sounds fucking awesome.
Okay, so I text Kel.
Mm-hmm. And did Kel text back, hey?
Yeah, actually, it says, hey, what's up? It's Kel. This is an auto text to let you know I got your message. Everything else will be for me. Make sure to click the link and add yourself to my phone. Yes, it's really me, 100, 100. Let's go. Let's get it, 100. Praying fire. And then it gives me a link, and I don't know if I should follow it.
I don't think you should. And here's why. I'm now getting. This is like we have a producer on the show. This is like sick. We're getting the real intel now. Kel Mitchell has things that you can buy. He has merch. Which is great.
Is it just good?
A good Kel Mitchell merch, better than gold, I've always said.
Is it just Good Burger? Or?
No, it's Christian merch is the thing. So he's got a shirt with the All That logo on it, but instead of saying All That, it says All God. Don't you want to wear that, Fee?
I would.
Do you want to wear that to your like youth group meetup with all your other 90s kids friends?
That's like harkening back to the fucking Trade Center. I feel like I can find that at the Trade Center. Oh God. Oh no, it's shit. At least it doesn't look as bad as Kanye West's fucking
God,
right? Merchandise.
All of Kanye West merch is garbage, and it's so expensive too.
Yeah. Okay, so I've never seen his shoes, the Yeezys.
Yeah, and they're okay. They're fine.
Are they?
Yeah, I mean they're shoes. They're like regular, normal shoes.
I thought they were like moccasins. Oh, they're ugly.
They
they are. They're ugly.
I mean, listen, he's got some out there shoes, but he's also got some regular ones that are fine. I'm seeing the ones that you're seeing, and they're the ones that look like dragon dildos. Yeah. No, I'm all over it. I got you. You and I are thinking the exact same thing.
But even the fucking Adidas Yeezy Boost 350, they looked like they were worn in the 80s and left in an attic. Yeah. Somebody put them on once and then left them in the oven, just low and slow with a brisket, and then took it out and was like, good enough. Oh my god, the Adidas Yeezys 450 dark men sneakers. Oh, the green ones? Oh, why do all his shoes look like dildos?
I don't know.
That's not even like a joke. Like that they all look like dildos.
Okay, if they don't look like dildos, they look like they've melted. And my favorite one is I'm looking at one. Usually you make shoes out of shoe material, and you don't make it out of sweater material. But I'm looking at Yeezy Boost 350 V2. And this bad boy does look like it was made out of a Bill Cosby sweater. And as a result, it has the profile of a fully loaded diaper that you've put on the ground. Because it just looks like it's splayed all of the poop into like all the corners.
It looks like a fucking hover, one of those hover machines, like the one that the hover boats, the hovercrafts.
Oh, yeah.
How they have like fat bottoms so that way they can hover.
Yeah,
that's what these look like.
I totally get that too. That is exactly what this looks like. Yes.
For anyone that doesn't know what Yeezys look like, you can Google them, but
listen, we've painted a very clear picture. If you've ever seen a dragon dildo, imagine that on your foot.
Yeah, if you're a connoisseur of bad dragon, but it's your foot now. So you can wear two dragon dildos, one in you and one out you.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's so shit.
Listen, you just got to match, you know.
you gotta match on. Oh my God, Christchurch merch.
Yeah. Kel and his merch. Ladies and gentlemen, go buy something from Kel Mitchell. He's got all God on a Bluetooth speaker, on a poster, on a blanket, on a shirt.
Kel, you could. Why don't you do SNL? You're still a good actor.
He's got a I mean, now we're getting into merch that he knows that people are going to buy, right? Yeah. So he has that one. He has that where he's like, hey, listen, here's my religious side. Like, I feel like this is what he's trying to get you into, but in order to get there, he's got a bunch of other things. So he's got Get Stuck in the Good Shake Machine. He's got Grape Nose Boy. He's got I Dropped the Screw in the Tuna.
Oh my God.
He's got Repair Man.
God, he's just doing all that in Kenan and Kel. He's like, this is my ticket to glory. And I know you want it.
Which, to be fair, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if I had a hit TV show when I was like young, like if I had 2 hit TV shows that like basically everyone in the country knew me from, and I got to the point where I had made enough money that I was like, I don't really need to work anymore, I would just stop. Like, you wouldn't ever hear from me again.
I'm not gonna. Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie. This Kel Mitchell like jersey is pretty cool.
I'm just thinking about getting this Kel Mitchell jersey.
Dude, like, if he wants to go in it with like Keenan and Kel cross God, he should have like God on the Christ and it holding like photoshopped orange soda in his hand, and on the top it should say, "Who loves orange soda?" And on the bottom it should says, "God loves orange soda."
Here's the thing. I don't think he would do that because, like, I feel like so that's putting him into God. It has to be the other way around, where like God is the one on top. You know how like when you're in the state of Texas,
God doesn't like to be a
only flag that can fly higher than the Texas state flag is the American flag. Like it's like that, where like the only flag that can fly higher than Kel Mitchell is God. So like, and you can't do it the other way around. It can't be like God with I put some Kel Mitchell on him. It's like it has to be. We took Kel Mitchell and put a little God on him. That's what it has to be.
I like to think that my Christians and my Catholics, they love some satire. I was going to say some satire. Satire. Yeah. Well, why not?
Sure. No, of course. The thing is, this isn't for those people. This is for people that are going to wear it to church and go to like their like youth group meetings, or like, you know, they go to church on like Wednesdays, you know, like what are you doing over there?
I'm coughing. I'm sick. I told you I was sick. I tried to cover the snowball.
The snowball.
My mic.
God.
The mic.
Fuck. Oh, okay. I thought you were referring to like hawking a loogie as a snowball, and I went, I know where you're pulling that from, Fee, and not here.
I meant the mic. I was being like very, very PG.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about.
You brought this gross visual aid to everyone's mind eye.
Mm-hmm.
And I was being a good boy.
I'm just over there being a good boy drinking Slurpee. It's fine.
Before we started, like, I got me a Slurpee, and you're like, what is that noise you're making? I'm like, I'm cleaning the slurp off the sides of my cup. Because, like, what is this? I know Slurpee is just, like, flavored ice, but, like, no. That's like shave ice. That Slurpee's different. So,
it's both. I mean, they're all different consistencies of ice. Because, like, I mean, you've had have you ever had a slush puppy before?
I have.
Yeah. So if you've had a slush puppy, you'll know that it's like imagine a Slurpee, but it's
even more slurping.
It is to Slurpee as like kosher salt is to table salt. Like it's just like the ice is like a little bit bigger, so it's crunchy.
So what is the sea salt of Slurpee?
Oh God, that just has to be ice. I think just ice in a drink.
It's ice, and then you put it in the magic squisher. Do you remember that?
No,
dude. Like the magic slushy thing. They used to air it like on.
Oh
on TV,
yeah.
Where you put the thing in your freezer, and then you get any drink you want, and you put it in, and you just molest the fuck out of it, and it becomes a slushy.
Yep.
It kind of looks like a what's it called, a sex toy.
Yeah, I bet it does.
It does. And
I haven't seen one in a very long time.
I bet it.
But I imagine you're right. You know what doesn't though? The Snoopy snow cone maker, because it looks like a house.
Dude, we do have one of those. Oh, yeah. We used to have one. That's what my dad...
I bought one for a costume, and I never took it out of the box. I don't know where it is now.
My mom is a big fan of Snoopy, and we had the Snoopy snow cone house maker. And my dad used to like making snow cones for all the kids in the neighborhood during the summer. And he would just give it out to them for free.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's really nice, but like that's the side of my dad that no one knows. That he was
that's not the funny. That's not the funny come wrestle me in the mud Frito I know.
That's not the angry man that I know. It's like fucking. You're like, look what you were gonna do to poor man. You're like, that man tried to stab me like 9 times. Well, he donates his check to kids. Kids with diseases. That's my dad.
Kids with diseases.
He's that asshole at work that you're like, God, that guy's such an asshole, but, like, you don't know, like, the hardships he goes through and how nice he is.
he's actually quite nice.
God damn. But yeah, no, I don't know if we have it anymore or they just put it away. But yeah, no, we had that. And we like slips in his house.
I've got a friend who, whenever he was a kid, his parents, like, through some I think through his uncle or something, like, they pooled together money to buy what was effectively a snow cone stand in a trailer. And then the deal was, like, him and his older brother, he at the time was like 13 and his older brother was 16, I think. They would just man the snow cone stand. And so they had to, like, buy all the syrups and, like, you know, change out every night and, like, do all of, like, the money stuff. And they had to make the snow cones and staff it. And, like, if they wanted an air conditioner, they had to save their money from working at the snow cone stand to buy an air conditioner for the snow cone stand. And that was, like, their summer job for 3 or 4 years. It's just, like, as soon as school ended, they would go buy all the syrups and stuff and get ready. And then they would go post up in a parking lot and they would work shifts from, you know, whatever, like, noon until 8 p.m. And then that was their whole thing. And I remember hearing that, and it just, for whatever reason, it just never dawned on me that you could probably just buy the stuff to make snow cones and then just make them for people. It just, I was like, don't you need a license or something?
You need
like
a snow cone license?
Yeah. I'm like, someone has to, like, give you the equipment. They don't just sell it to you, right? Like, you have to be part of, like, a snow cone empire or some shit.
You gotta know someone in the snow cone biz.
Yeah, where do you even buy these syrups? And it turns out, yeah, like, restaurant supply stores and shit. You can order them on the internet, whatever. Like, I was like, what the fuck, really?
There was a place there in Corpus that my dad would just go to and get them.
Man, yeah, it's things like that are like, I have many, many blind spots in my life where
it's not like blind spot, it's just naivety to, like, certain aspects.
I think so. It is that, but this has happened too often. Like, the first time it happened is I went to was it Shrimpery? I think it was Shrimpery, which if you're not from South Texas,
hell yeah.
Shrimpery is it's just like a fair, just like a county fair type thing.
We're just celebrating shrimp.
We just love shrimp. And so they have, like, carnival games and stuff.
Yeah, carnival.
And at one of them, it was like, you know, pop a balloon, pop 3 balloons, and you could win a poster.
Yeah.
And I looked and I was like, whoa, they have a Blink-182 poster.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't think that they made Blink-182 posters. And I remember saying that, and my friend Justin, who was with me, was like, yeah, they make Blink-182 posters. Why did you think they didn't? And I was like, I thought they just made posters of, like, the things my sister liked. Like, my sister has posters, and I thought it was just those things.
I thought they only made uncool posters.
Yeah, I didn't know that they would just, like, make posters of things I liked.
Have you never been to, like, an FYE or something as a kid?
Here's the thing. Up until that point, no, I hadn't. I had never been to, like, a CD shop or like a music store. I'd been to like a GameStop, right? And GameStop doesn't sell posters. GameStop, especially at the time, sold games. The end. Period. There was nothing else there.
What about Walmart?
I didn't go to Walmart until one opened in Portland. Legitimately, I didn't go to a Walmart until I was like 16 or whatever.
Well, then what about Kmart?
I never went to the poster section though. Like, it's just, I didn't know that there was a poster section. I went to the toys.
Okay, so would you chalk that up to I wanna I don't want to say like your privilege of like never having to like go to these stores and your parents just buying stuff are like, I don't know what you chalk that up to, because as a kid that was normal to me. Like my brother, he would take me to like record shops. We've been to FYE. We're always going to Kmart. We would go to like Walmart. We'd always be in the mall or the flea market. And like I knew about all this stuff like as a young kid, and I thought it was just common knowledge.
So, I guess up until I was whenever this happened, whenever I discovered that Blink-182 posters were a thing, I was probably 12. And up until that point, I mean, like I would go with my parents to, the grocery store. And if my parents, like, here were the places that my parents would go, right?
Yeah.
We would go to the grocery store. We would go to Sam's Club, which is like a grocery store, but in a warehouse.
It's Costco.
Yeah. And then if we went to the mall, it was specifically to JCPenney's and Dillard's. That was it.
Really?
It was specifically to buy adult clothes.
Oh.
That was all it was. So like we didn't go anywhere else in the mall because we didn't have any need to. So there was no like, hey, I want to go buy a video game or whatever. It was like, that was another thing where it was just like, I hear that this video game is coming out. I have no means to purchase it. I have no means to go even look at things to see what I would like. Like, I don't know, man.
You know, like window shopping, or do like, man, this is how you can tell like our families are different.
Mm-hmm.
So like, when we would go to the Sunrise Mall, my mom or like my dad or something, they would be doing something boring. And I'd be like, Mom, 10, maybe 11 or 12-year-old kid. I'm like, Mom, there's a cool store next door. Or the arcade is right over there. Can I just go over there? Mm-hmm. And they would be like, okay, but we're going to come for you in like 10 or so minutes, so be ready. I was like, fuck yeah. And then I would just go and by myself, and they would let me. Now,
here's the thing.
This is like...
That probably would have worked for me, too. I probably could have done that. I will say, the two stores that I mentioned, Dillard's and JCPenney's, are at the end of the mall. Yeah. So you don't have to walk through the mall to get to them. So I didn't know what was in the mall. Like, I could see out into the mall and see, like, there's shit out there. Like...
I think it's because, like, my mom just kind of, like, walking around. Like, my family, they taught me about, like, window shopping or just, like, looking at stuff, kind of just get out and just, we don't go out that much, so when we do, walk around, kind of just take it in.
Mm-hmm.
So we would do that when we'd go to both malls. It's like, especially like La Palmera, before it was Palmera. Like, because they had the big carousel, so we'd always sit in the carousel, or we would just walk around, and I knew where the GameStop was in the mall, so I was like, Mom, we gotta go to the GameStop. I'm like, this was before, like, I think Hot Topic. I don't even know when Hot Topic started.
Yeah.
But I was like...
I honestly don't know either. It was early, though.
It felt like it just happened, and then it became a thing.
Yeah, it felt like whenever my interests, like, were Hot Topic related, Hot Topic was suddenly there and everyone was there. And I was like...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess this is where you go for these things.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, when did this happen? Like, because you see it and then you go in and you're just like, oh, this is bands that I like. Oh, they got cartoons. Oh, wristbands and chains on pants. It's a thing that just happened at the right time, and it's one of those things. And then they took out, like, other stores in the mall. But, like, we would just walk around. So that was just a thing that my family did. And if I knew where something was and I knew that they were going to somewhere that I didn't have to go with them to or I didn't want to be, I'm like, I'm going to the GameStop. And even if I looked at all the stuff I wanted to, I would just, like, look at the back of fucking video game boxes and read the fucking the blurbs.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But, like... And the thing is, like, we may have gone into the mall to like go to a KB Toys or something,
KB
but like
Toys.
there's like a wing of the mall where, like, if you think about it, there's a wing of the good mall, what used to be the Padre Staples Mall.
The Sunrise, right?
Yeah, no, Padre Staples Mall.
Oh yeah, before Palmera.
Yeah. There was a wing of the mall that was like basically where all of the stores that you would want except for GameStop were. So like you walk in the door and on the right side was FYE, and then on the left side was Hot Topic and Spencer's, and that was it. Like
I
didn't need to go anywhere else except for fucking GameStop. So like we had no need to go down that way. So if we were like in the mall corridor, it was like Bed Bath and Beyond, KB Toys, Walden Books back in the day when there was like the Walden Bookstore. Like we spent a lot of time there because my mom really liked reading and would purchase like a new book every like week or two. I mean like a new book every 1 or 2 books every week. And so like I would spend a lot of time there, despite being like, I like reading and stuff, but like I have a whole library. I don't have to do this.
Yeah. No, man. I mean, there was good. The FYE was awesome.
Yeah.
There was Chan's Imports, Hot Topic.
Oh, Chan's. Yeah, Chan's is down there too.
For no reason, I bought a pair of metal claws, like Wolverine claws with like the fake brass knuckles, and I had them for years. And
Hell yeah.
It came on the display thing when you just hung on your wall. I don't know why I bought them. I just thought they looked cool. They were $20, and it was the best $20 I've ever spent.
Yeah, that's almost a steal for for just claws to put on the wall.
Well, I mean, let's listen. Chan was a very business savvy man. He knew I would come and look at them, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna give this kid a break. $20 just for you, kid. Now get out of my store. Just.
Yeah. That's how Chan himself talked. Hey, you over there? You looking at my stuff?
You come in all the time.
You want a deal? You in here all the time, kid. Here,
take these Wolverine claws. $20 for you. Now put that bok toe down.
As you're leaving, he's like, I made those out of fucking tinfoil. Your rube.
I made them out of fiberglass and a rock I found in the back. Just
if you even try to cut them, they'll shatter.
Be sure not to drop them. They're full of anthrax. God. But that's the risk you have to take back in the day.
Damn, Chan. All right.
Listen, Chan don't fuck around.
I guess not. Yeah, like that whole section was just like not a thing that was known to me. But then once one thing was known to me, it was like, oh, well, that's like, I'm going to spend all my time here. So if my parents had to go to the mall, it was like, okay, great. You go do whatever. I'm going to go over here and then I'll meet you back up in, I guess, Dillard's. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like
okay.
my parents always knew where I was going. They're just like, yeah, like 30 minutes. Like I think the mall had like a big clock, like a big like old clock with hands.
Mm-hmm.
So then they'll be like, okay, when in like 30 minutes, like look at the clock. We're gonna meet you over here. And I'm like, okay. So I just wander around and do what I wanted to do until then.
Yeah.
There's also a big arcade in the mall and electronic boutique. And,
yeah. Back before it became GameStop, it was EB Games, which was
EB
great.
Games. And there was over there by where Freebirds used to be. If you don't remember, it's in front of the Target, that little shopping area, Moore Plaza.
Oh yeah.
What was it called? It was called it wasn't EB Games. It was like Extreme Games or something. Fuck, it was something. And it had like this extreme aesthetic. And there was like fence, like as like wallpaper. It looked like, I don't know. It was like, fuck, I'm not gonna remember it. But it was there, and it was like really weird.
Yeah.
And
Miles also remembers.
Good job, Miles.
Yeah, I also remember that GameStop or the game store, but it's like so the Sunrise Mall also had like the Sunrise Mall was basically the place where either the stores, most of the stores that it had were like bad or for old people, or they were really weirdly good. Like back whenever yo-yos used to be like a really big thing, they were a really big thing for my grade.
Yeah, me too.
And it was a thing to go to the specifically to the Sunrise Mall. You had to go to this like one store where they sold like high performance yo-yos. And that's where you could like buy the Tornado, which was like, that was the one. If you were going to do something with yo-yos, you got the Tornado, baby.
Dude, I don't know about you, but like, when yo-yos were a thing, we went to San Antonio, and maybe it was just my mom because she was a substitute teacher, but she was like, yeah, I hear they sell like the good yo-yos in San Antonio. Ooh. So I got one of those yo-yos that were like really big. Like it was like kind of chunky, but it was also like really big, like long.
Oh yeah, like the super massive ones.
Yeah, and I was like, oh fuck yeah! I'm like, it had to be like tops. I'm like, this is fucking good. It's like a slammer. It's like a slammer yo-yo. So I think it was like $5. I don't know, but I was like, you don't know how fucking proud I was. I was just like, God. I was like, I'm the ultimate. And then I also bought another, just for fun, a light up yo-yo that fucking lit up. And when I spun it,
fucking yo-yo with lights was like the goal. Like when I went into the shop to get my yo-yo, I was like, I need a yo-yo that can sleep for 20 seconds. And they were like, all right, you're probably going to want the Tornado. And I was like, the Tornado. Yeah, that's what I want.
the Tornado. Like, you're going to want the Tornado and, like, fucking the Wind Whispers Tornado.
Dude, okay, my favorite. Okay. Looking back on it, I'm so deeply stupid. And this is just a running theme of this episode. So I got my Tornado, right, and I could sleep it for 20 seconds. Yeah. But then like there were kids that could sleep their yo-yos for longer, and I was like, how do you do that? How do you sleep your yo-yo for longer and still like get it to come back up? And they were like, oh well, I grease my bearings.
Oh.
And I was like, how do you grease your bearings? And they were like, I don't know, man. Jesse knows how to do it. And I was like, how the fuck does Jesse know how to do it?
I don't know, man. You gotta
so I go talk to Jesse, and I'm like, hey, Jesse, how do I grease my bearings? And he's like, oh, well, you got to like take it apart, and you got to like use all the parts, then you got to like put grease on it, and then put it all back together. And I was like, oh, I didn't. Okay.
You can take it apart.
But I don't want to break it. And he was like, no, it's fine. You just take it apart, and then you grease the bearings, put it all back together. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to break it. I spent like $20 on the yo-yo. And he was like, I could grease your bearings for you. And I was like, yeah, you could grease my bearings for me. Yeah. And then he was like, cool, just, pay me $5. And I was like, oh.
That's never good.
Okay. So I paid this man to grease my yo-yo bearings, which sounds gross. It is not.
Yeah.
I had to bug him twice for it. Like I legitimately thought I was like, here's my yo-yo. I thought he was going to be back the next day and be like, here you go, I greased the bearings. Motherfucker took like 2 weeks. Because Jesse also has ADHD, so Jesse just fucking forgot about it the whole time. So like, the next day I was like, hey man, where's my yo-yo? And he's like, oh sorry, I couldn't we have to like get more grease, and yeah, I'll get to it. And I was like, cool. And next week I was like, hey, where's my yo-yo? And he's like, oh yeah, we finally got the grease, I'll do it tonight. And I'm like, okay. And then finally, like the next week I was like, hey, where's my fucking yo-yo? And he was like, oh my bad, dude. Yeah, I'll bring it tomorrow. So he finally brings it. And sure enough, like, man, I was sleeping for 20 seconds. Now I'm sleeping for like 28, almost 30 seconds. I'm like, damn, this is good.
Damn. What an upgrade.
The thing that I noticed and I realized very quickly, though, is that it wasn't like he wasn't like applying WD-40. He wasn't like it wasn't like mechanic grease. It wasn't like any sort of like metal lubricant. Motherfucker was using Crisco. So you could smell the yo-yo and be like, why does it smell like French fries?
Well, the trick is you gotta get a fresh Whataburger fry and then just dip it in there. You gotta dip the yo-yo into the grease at the Whataburger and pop it back out real quick. Yeah, you gotta go real fast. You gotta sleep it in there.
Just otherwise it'll cook it.
But once you do that and you get the timing right, then you can sleep your yo-yo and then it'll wake up with you the next day.
Damn, yeah. Listen, you put your yo-yo to sleep, you wake up, it's not awake yet. That's how sleep it is. Damn, okay.
Damn. Like, could you imagine? Just fucking... Like, that's how I feel like with those professional yo-yo people that go to schools and they're like fucking... They're yo-yoing. Maybe that's like... I don't know. Like, do people do that anymore? You know,
I don't know.
Go and yo at schools?
Like, it's... Okay, if they don't do it, I'm positive that they don't anymore.
Okay.
But...
Uh-huh.
But I guarantee it'll come back around.
Dude, like, fads are... So, like, yo-yos were the fad back then. Yo-yos and tech decks.
Oh, yeah.
So, you can't have, like, those people coming to your schools yo-yoing and, like, tech decking. Right now, TikTok's in, so, like, I guess maybe people are coming around schools doing TikTok dances? I don't know. TikTok dancing for abstinence?
God, you've got a point. I don't know what the hook is to get the kids off the drugs and on the Jesus or whatever.
on the Jesus and off the premarital sex.
Yeah. Off the drugs. Man, like, did you see Safeway? Did Safeway perform for you guys?
Yeah, they had to have.
I would imagine so. They were the ones that did like a bunch of peer pressure, and then they had the song fucking Turn Around, Total Eclipse of the Heart.
We were there, yeah. I was there in the crowd. We were all there when they did the coffin and they had the PE teachers. Yeah, we were there in the it was a pep rally.
Yeah, the fucking the coffin thing, which, like, horrific. But, like, the thing that really stood out to me was that I, like, afterward, because I had seen Safeway twice at this point. I think they performed it. They performed it for us in, like, 6th grade, and then I think they performed it again in 8th. And in 8th grade, I went up afterward because they were like, yeah, you can, like, ask us any questions. And I ran up really fast because, like, we were all having to, like, go back to class, and I was like, hey, I really like the song that you used. What song is that? And I shit you not, this fucking Safeway person was like, oh, that's an original song. That's our song. And so I legitimately, until I heard the song again, like, I fucking Wedding Singer, I think. Yeah, I've never even seen Wedding Singer, but I remember seeing, like, a thing of it on TV.
Wasn't it and like,
I saw
Will Ferrell or something? It wasn't Wedding Singer, but it was like Turn Around, and
yeah,
it was like every now and
see
then.
See that fucking look in your eye.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, very good, right? Like, perfect. I heard that and I went, oh, I was lied to. Because up until that point, I was like, I legitimately was just like, I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to find this song. Because, like, this was at the time of, like, LimeWire. Yeah. So I would look on LimeWire for, like, the fucking Straightway song. Nothing.
You couldn't Google lyrics, I don't think, right?
Here's the thing. I could have Googled the lyrics. Fee, why would I have? I knew that it was a Safeway song. If I look up Safeway song and nothing pops up, it must not be on the internet.
Why would I do that, you idiot? I knew it was Safeway. Stupid.
I already knew the artist, Fee, okay?
Like, you didn't even just go into LimeWire and type in turn around?
No! No, legitimately no!
That would have got you the song.
No, it would have. I completely agree with you. I wrote it off as a possibility. I was like, this is, unless Safeway comes out with a fucking CD, I'm never going to hear this song again.
You're going to be at their next fucking, their next showing, and you're going to be like, I want to buy your CD now. Just fucking...
Yeah, hey, excuse me. I need to buy the CD with the song, and then maybe then the guy from Safeway would be a different guy, and they would be like, oh, no, it's called Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Yeah.
You could just, that's a song from the 80s.
Yeah, it's not ours. And you're just like, I knew that, I just like your cover.
Fucking, yeah.
I like your version.
They didn't cover it either, they just fucking played it.
I know, they just fucking... But like anything to just cover yourself, just be like, oh, I just like your version.
I just want to support your art.
I love supporting small businesses. Just fucking...
It's my favorite.
It's so fucking funny. I don't even remember what they were like trying to keep us from doing.
It was drugs. Drugs and drinking.
Oh.
And drunk driving.
Well, they came to
all of those.
They came to the wrong school because everyone was
certainly did.
Everyone was doing that already.
Yeah, I mean, that's I distinctly remember the first time that I smelled weed. It was because it was in I was in biology. This was 8th grade. And fucking one of the kids that only showed up fucking a quarter of the year showed up, and he was so fucking high that he just fell asleep in first period, and he reeked of weed. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this man? Like, why does he smell so bad?
Why does he smell like a skunk?
Legitimately, it took until my friend Weston told me, like, oh man, yeah, Greg must have gotten really high before this. Like, he just reeks of weed. I was like, oh, that's what happened. Okay, got it. I thought, okay.
You innocent boy.
Yeah.
You little innocent man.
Fucking no one in my house smoked weed enough for me to smell it. So
I probably would have, because like my first encounter with weed was when I was 10. When I got really high with my brother, and then he took me to a carnival.
My God, that's fucking sick.
Like, okay, so I don't know if I've told the story on the show before.
I don't think so.
So, my brother and my cousin who lived down the street from the house, I was like, bro, I'm like, you said you were going to take me to the carnival. My mom and dad are at their friend's house. And they're like, okay, we can go, but we're going to go and smoke in the back roads, and then we'll take you to the carnival. I was like, okay. And then we got in my grandfather's truck, and we drove in the back roads, and they got really high, and they thought it would be cool if I hit the joint, and
they were like, this is gonna be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking funny. And then they let me hit it, and I was really high, and I legit don't remember the rest of the night. I know my dad got mad at my brother, but my mom did too. But they both thought it was really funny. But they got mad at him. I don't think my dad knew, but my mom did, because I was acting different, I think.
I fucking God.
My brother is like a very old school stoner dude. He used to smoke weed with his friends all the time. Mm-hmm. And my cousin down the street, like, you can tell, like, he was an old school stoner, because his room was painted like black, and he had those neon fucking blacklight posters.
Yeah.
All over his wall, and like he smoked, like, you could just smell it. It was ingrained into his room. And his room was always dark. And, my brother and him always smoked weed, and it was always funny. Or I guess, not funny, but I mean, for them, it was just like, for them, it was like a hoot and a holler. But I mean, that's how I grew up. And then my brother started selling weed, of course, in like high school.
Man, so things are dawning on me. I'm like remembering things now as well, because my sister, when she graduated, she went to an automotive college up in Houston, and she moved there, and then we were talking, and I forgot what the context was, but it was just her and I that went to the mall. And she was like, I'm specifically going to buy blacklight posters. And I was like, why? And she was like, because I think they look cool. And I was like,
fair enough.
But they don't. They look stupid. She was like, shut up.
Shut up, you big idiot.
So that's like... That was my first experience with like blacklight posters. I had no idea that there was like a culture associated with it. I found that out later, completely forgot about that whole thing with my sister. But yeah, she moved to Houston, and then she was obsessed with blacklight posters and imagery of mushrooms. And I was like,
yeah, that was what my cousin's posters were. They were like fucking mushrooms and little fucking gnomes or dragons on like mushrooms or in a forest. And he also, I don't know what he did to get like some of the stuff in his room to glow. He must have like put like some kind of fluorescent on some of his like little statues. So when he put on the black light, they would glow. We also got really high in his room, and I guess I was like really like laughing because stuff was glowing on me.
And he was like, hey, are you cool?
Like, I was always with my brother. I never did it with like my brother would invite me, and he was like, "Hey, get high with us." And I wasn't like down with getting high a lot, but like when I was with my brother, I knew it would be fine because he was there. So he'd be like, "Yeah, just get high." I was like, "Okay," but like I really didn't.
Oh, yeah, all right.
I was like, "Okay, bro," but like. I know we would have a good time, and I know he would take care of me, so I really didn't, like, see a problem with it. Because I never did it on my own, so...
yeah, I imagine for you were like, this is just cost of entry for hanging out with these people. I have to get high.
Yes,
that's fine.
Because, like, there I am, little 10, 12-year-old Fee, hanging out with my brother who's, like, already... we're 9 years apart. He's, like, 19. Hanging out with these perceived cool kids. I'm like, look, if I want to be cool, I gotta do what the cool kids are doing. Just
yeah.
So, and that's fine. We would get high and then we'd play Medal of Honor on the PS1.
Fuck yeah.
So
fuck yeah. Why not?
And there was no harm, and they'd feed me, and then I'd be fine. Yeah. So
man, I was also I wanted to hang out with my sister a lot when I was a kid, and she had this friend that came over who I thought was cool named Rob. And there was one time she was like, yeah, we're going to go over to Rob's house. They're having like a party at They're having a pool party at Rob's house.
You're like, I like pools.
I was like, hey, I want to go swimming. And my sister was like, no. And I was like, come on, I want to go swimming. And my sister said no. So I told my parents, and my parents were like, why don't you want your little brother going? Why can't he go to this pool party that you're going to, huh? She was like, I'm just going to go hang out with my friends. I just don't want him to hang out with my friends.
Oh my God, yeah.
And they were like, yeah, you got to take him. So she fucking takes me to this pool party, and it was one of the worst experiences that I had when I was a child, because like we get there and she's like almost immediately is trying to like pawn me off, and like she's like, here's the pool, and I was like, are you not gonna swim with me? And she was like, no, I'm gonna hang out with my friends. And I was like, but there's only like 2 people in the pool. What? What? This is a bad pool party. There's like 30 people here and only 2 of them are in the pool.
Don't they know?
So I'm like, I get into this pool, and one of the things that I realize is that it's a new pool.
Yeah.
And there ain't a thing worse than a new pool, because the texturing on the pool hasn't worn down yet.
Yeah. Ew.
So like I'm in the shallow end and my feet are getting torn the fuck up. Like I tried to come to a stop and just fucking, it's like glass on my feet. I was like, and I stayed there and I swam for 15, maybe 20 minutes. And then my feet hurt so much that I was like, I want to go home. But I didn't want to get out of the pool because it meant that I had to step on the sharp bit. So instead I was in the pool and I was just yelling out my sister's name in the middle of this party. Like, this is a high school party and I'm 10. And I'm like, shut up! Help! Help me! And so I'm sure like one of the other high school kids is like, what the fuck is up with I'll go get his sister or whatever. And she's like, what? She finally comes out of the house and is like, what do you want? And I was like, the floor of the pool cup, my foot, it hurts and I want to go home. And she was like, no, if I take you home, I have to stay home. No. And I was like, oh, come on. My feet hurt so much.
But Jared.
She had to take me home. She had to take me home early. Aww. I think she got to go back to the pool party, which is like good for her. Yeah, but like, man, nothing felt better in my whole life than stepping onto carpet with bare feet. I was like, oh God, it's not knives.
I think we've all been there. Been a little kid wanting to go hang out with our older like sibling. Because I don't know if y'all remember, but like when I would go hang out with you and Mike, my sister wanted to come with us.
Oh yeah,
all the time, and I'm like, Jess, I'm like, you can't come with us. I'm like, you just can't. I'm like, you just can't. We're gonna do a bunch of gay stuff. I don't want you to see your brother just doing a lot of just butt stuff. It's fine. Like, little did she know, like, it's way better at your house than my house. Fucking AC and playing the Wii and shit.
And you're like, we're gonna be pulling up stumps the whole time, Jess. I don't know.
You know, we're gonna be outside in the tall grass. All the mosquitoes are gonna bite us. You don't want to go, Jess. It sucks.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a roof. It's gonna be terrible if you fucking come over and eat steak and play Halo at my house.
Yeah, if you stay up all night and eat kosher dogs. You'd hate it, Jess. I know you would.
Oh, God.
Then why do you like going? Oh, you'll find out when you're older.
I don't. I hate it. They're paying me.
I hate doing it, but, you know, they're my boys, so I have to support them. Just...
Yeah.
But...
Listen, you'll understand when you grow up and you get boys of your own.
Like, and that's so funny, like, even now, but, like, me and my sister can still hang. Like, we're real, like, every time when, like, she catches me when I'm not working or she's not working, we could, like, always just fucking be chill, be cool, and we're real cool. Like, that's, I don't know, I think that's just a connection I have with my sister, because anytime I wasn't hanging out with y'all, I was hanging out with her. And me and my sister are, like, really close. So, I like hanging out with her. We'll watch a movie, or we just fucking play a game, or just sit down and talk and just, like, laugh at stupid shit.
Man.
And I think that's fun.
And that's kind of a cool thing, because you almost have the inverse experience. So with me, and I guess you did have both experiences, because, like, you also had your older brother.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, at some point, like, this human turns from, like, crying baby that just, like, wants to hang out and be annoying to, like, you know, intelligent person that has opinions and thoughts, and like whenever they say like I want to spend time with you, you're like, oh, you really do mean you want to spend time with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang.
It's always like sad that you have to tell them like, hey, you know I love you, right? But you can't come and do this stuff with me.
Yeah.
So like you know they feel bad because then they think, oh well, he doesn't want to take me around his friend. It's not like that. It's just I can't have you around me the whole time. Not with like that we're doing anything bad, because we never would be. It's just I can't. God, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just one of those things where I can't have you be with me and me watching you, and then like y'all thinking y'all have to like censor yourself around me, or like maybe act different because she's there, or because like say a little sibling's there.
Yeah, totally.
Even though everywhere we went was child friendly, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and there were a number of times where I had to take like Micah with us to places.
Yeah.
And that was like not as fun.
Yep. So I don't want to I don't want to shit on your parade, but Micah was annoying.
Yeah, no, Micah was super annoying. She's at the time she was what, 6 maybe. So like she's old enough to like, you know, again, have opinions and have thoughts on things and want to do things and try to make jokes and try to fit in, but she's like, she doesn't have enough social acumen to come up with jokes that are funny yet.
Yeah.
And she would get very mad when you made fun of her, especially for putting ketchup on everything.
God, yeah.
So like, yeah, there were definitely a few times where, you know, she'd be, especially if she's like coming down and visiting for like a week, you know, and then, you know, like 2 of those nights during the summer, or like whatever, 4 of those nights I'm hanging out with you guys. I'm like, okay, we've got to like let her hang out once, just like one time.
Yeah.
Cause like, she's going to go back and she's going to be sad that like I wouldn't hang out with her. So like, you know, and like, I don't want to be mean. Like I love my niece, but like, damn.
Just let me be.
So like, yeah, you just grin and bear it for a time, and then it's okay.
I think my sister could have hung with us. She was very like ingrained into what I was into. She watched Tenacious D like all the time. She knew the song. She'd be down to clown.
Yeah, probably. She probably would have been a better fit than Micah was, especially because she was older than Micah.
I think she was only like 8 years old, like 9 years old. So she was like 2-3 years older.
Yeah.
But I think she could have hung, except like I just I didn't have money to afford to take her places.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like, especially while like you and I and like me, you and Mike are all hanging out together and doing the things that we do. The cost of entry for a Corpus Day is being able to go to Whataburger, maybe, but definitely the Chinese food buffet.
Yeah.
If you could pay the like $12 to go to the Chinese food buffet, you were probably fine.
Yeah. And then probably go see a movie.
Yeah, maybe go see a movie, right? So there's like, you know, $25 in a day. If we're fucking doing it big, you know, add another 10 or whatever on top of that. Like if we're eating twice, or fucking,
for sure.
I don't know, getting ice cream or whatever.
Always eating twice.
Yeah. Then like, yeah, like that's the cost of entry. Now imagine like you take that and you have to multiply it by 2 and it's not even for you. You're like, well, now I can't fucking hang out next time either. What the fuck?
I probably, if she could, like, if we can go back in time, she'd probably ask my dad, and my dad would just, like, hand her a 20, and then I can cover the last 5. And, like, if she hung out with us once a month, that would be fine. Once every 2 weeks.
Or she could have asked for some money. Your dad hand her like $30, and then she doesn't spend all of it, and then you take the rest.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
How about that?
Profit. I'm like, this is the hanging out charge.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I introduced you. This is the finder's fee for these friends I made you.
I'd feel really bad because she would do it. And she probably would. She'd be like, okay, I love you, G.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't even feel weird about it. She's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
She'd be like, yeah, I liked hanging out with you. It's fine. And I'd be like, oh, I feel like a shithead. Oh, God. But little does she know, I'm putting it away so that when she hangs out with us next time, she's got extra money. No.
That's stupid.
I wouldn't do that. I wasn't that fucking, what's it called?
Nice.
Yeah, back then.
Forward thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Not back then, but now. I do anything for my C-store. I do anything for my mother.
Yeah.
So.
I get it.
If they don't got enough money for something, just tell me. I'll pay you. Back then, I was making $5.25 an hour, getting paid every 2 weeks. Fucking shit ass checks.
Yeah, man. Oh God. So minimum wage hasn't increased in a long time. This was at a time at which minimum wage was increasing. They were still giving minimum wage. Like, we got another fucking 15 cents on minimum wage. And that meant that everyone at Whataburger got a raise suddenly.
When they added the $2, that was a big deal because it went from $5.25 to $7.25.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, oh.
And then nothing. Yeah. Not a fucking peep since.
Yeah, nothing. Minimum wage.
They said, Hey, we did it. Be grateful, stupid.
We did it the one time, idiot. But now, every other, a lot of different places are now okay, well, we'll start you higher because that minimum wage is bullshit. Mm-hmm. So, but some places,
yeah, there's a lot of places that are starting at $15 an hour, which is great.
That's good.
But God, the fact that I don't know, minimum wage is always struck me as. Okay, so that's just what you get paid to start a job.
Yeah.
That's just the number. But then somebody pointed out that minimum wage is saying if I could pay you less money, I would, but it's illegal. Yeah. So I have to pay you this much.
It taps out at this number. They're
Jesus.
I can't pay you less than this even though I want to.
God, ooh, do I want to? You are not worth this much money. Guarantee it.
You're so fucking lucky the government raised it.
You're worth $3 an hour maximum.
I remember back in the day at the steel mine, we used to pay those kids $0.25 a day. I wish I could pay you that much.
Ooh. Get one shiny quarter. Take it home, put it in your piggy bank, go to college with it later.
But with that quarter, you could buy you a house, go to college, and buy you a wife. Just geez. Mm-hmm. Why aren't you grateful?
God. Yeah, that just reminds me that so many boomers are now they just have no idea what things cost anymore.
Yeah.
Or they know what things cost, but they don't understand what it takes to build up a life to get to the point where they are. Cause they're fuel is so expensive and my grocery bill is now 20% more. This sucks.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, that does suck. Now, can you imagine imagine if you had a job that was paying minimum wage and now all of a sudden driving to work is now not worth it actually. Drive the time, the gas that it costs you to drive to work could be as much as 1 hour's wage for you.
Yeah.
Now there's such 1 hour fucking gone, and then your trip back, that's another hour gone. So we've already knocked that out. So you're working 2 hours for free, right? Yeah. And then imagine your shift is only 4 hours, maybe 5-6 hours. Yeah. Then how much are you fucking making there? And then after taxes is taken out, oh, cool. I can now buy something on discount from the store that I work from, and that's it. Yeah,
I can afford gas, and then I can go to the store and buy me 20 packs of ramen noodles to last me the month.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe get away with eating at the fast food place for free.
Yeah. Yep. and God, all of them are just like, wow, you gotta save your money more. You haven't even tried to do the math.
Have you tried living with your family and not paying rent? Huh.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's because you bought that fucking fancy Android phone. And you're like, this phone was free.
I'm like,
it's free. It's a fucking 4-year-old phone.
You're like, oh, I have to pay my car to get to work. I mean, there's not a bus that comes here. You could.
Yeah, guess what? Like, if I have to get called in to like go to work, you know what phone number they call me on? You fucking idiot.
Like, a phone back then wasn't like necessary, but now like it's big necessary.
Yeah, totally. Like even not just to call you, like they're like your schedule can come out on your phone. Yeah, your fucking your bank can happen on your phone most of the time. Like that, like your phone is your whole thing for conducting and like doing the meta things around business, like schedules and payment and like resolving conflicts and fucking I can't come in right now, or we need you to come in a week or whatever.
Yeah, talking to people without having to talk them in their face, schedules. I check my paycheck every week on my phone just to make sure my hours are right. Yeah. It's just I can transfer money to my family. It's just necessary. And I'm tired. Yeah. I'm tired of those people being like, "You just can't get off your phones," and I'm like, "No, I kind of need it. It's not because I'm fucking addicted. It's because I need it."
Yeah, I mean, and also, so they want to complain about that, and they also want to complain about you like spending your money to like have a good time. You're like, "Oh, hey, I whatever. I bought fast food. I went to go see a movie. I purchased a Funko Pop. I bought this video game that was on sale or whatever." Like, well, that's where your fucking money is going. And it's like,
but I paid all my bills.
Okay, okay. It's one of the two. Either like I can have my phone and just like I guess play free phone games forever,
and go to pirate sites and look at pirated videos.
On my phone, because that's, just the phone. Just, that's my whole life is the phone, I guess.
Yeah, your whole life is the phone.
Or I could go and, like, do something that's, like, kind of fun with my life, and then you're like, well, not like that. You can't fucking have fun outside of your phone like that, stupid. Go to a park and go look at the birds. What?
Like an old retired man. Just go and look at the birds and look at the kids play basketball. Why would you want anything else? Make you a sandwich, take you a cooler, and go watch the sunset. You'd be a big goofball. So, we've been talking about like a bunch of nothing for the past hour. But I want to talk about something before we finish in this last, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about NFTs.
Yeah, baby! We're getting into the real meat and potatoes of this episode. Talk for an hour and 14 minutes about, this is all the lead up to NFTs again, baby!
Okay, and the reason I want to talk about it, we kind of got in it earlier with fucking Keenan and Kel. Isn't that what we're talking about? Like Keenan and Kel and Josh, and not Drake, because allegedly he...
Not Drake. He very not Drake.
Never Drake.
Either of them, honestly.
No. Our Dan Schneider and this weird foot fetish. We wanted to talk about NFTs because Nickelodeon has put out NFTs, and they're awful.
Yes.
They're atrocious.
So it's not okay. If you're unfamiliar with NFTs, I will explain to you what everyone thinks it is. I will explain to you what it actually is, and then we'll talk about how this one is different.
Yeah.
So
Chanda.
An NFT, what everyone thinks it is that there's a picture on the internet that you purchase with your money. And now you own that unique picture on the internet.
Yeah. Go on.
That is not the case.
How dare you? How dare you?
That is not the case. An NFT is basically a receipt of a contract that you have made with another person. You have exchanged them money, and they have said, here is basically this image, this link to an image, and that's it. That is what you have purchased. You have purchased that link
and a receipt.
And depending on what the contract looks like and what the terms are, it can vary, right? Like, is the contract broken if that link expires? Is the contract broken if another person purchases the domain and puts a different image there? Like, all these things are have never been challenged in court. So guess what? No one actually knows.
NFTs are the Wild West right now.
Yes. NFTs are so imagine cryptocurrency. You can imagine the gold rush. In the west of America, right? Everybody's going out there, they're trying to mine and get this gold. And then you can imagine NFTs like the predatory shops to sell mining equipment that popped up around mines.
Yeah, they're selling snake oil and they're fucking throwing fool's gold in the water.
Yeah. Which is basically okay, fine, whatever. I'm not a crypto person and I'm not getting scammed.
Yeah.
but that's not a very nice thing to do.
Yeah, that's not cool.
And however you feel about NFTs and what they could actually be, the fact that they could actually represent a unique digital contract that you're getting, the fact that you can now purchase digital media as if it were traditional media, like you were purchasing a fine painting, which you're not.
Yeah,
you're not even purchasing the rights to use it anywhere. That's different too.
I can go onto this Nick thing right now and right click on every one of these pictures and save the image. As I can do it. I can do it right now.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
You certainly can.
I'm looking at myself. I clicked on the Chanda picture and I could save it.
Oh God, Chanda. Yeah, let's get into this. So okay, here is how Nickelodeon is different. So Nickelodeon has some NFTs, right? This is tier 1 is NFT, right? Yeah. NFT of just a character that you like. You want a picture of Tommy Pickles in sunglasses with a hat and a baby bottle.
Yeah.
Easy, right? Yeah. And here's the thing, just like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, this is generative art.
Oh, no. Do you see how much Chanda's worth?
Oh, yes, I did. So I'm looking at this picture of Tommy Pickles, right?
Even Tommy's expensive.
I'm looking at his attributes right now. So series, Rugrats, right? Sure. Yeah. So we picked a character, Tommy Pickles. Left arm, milk bottle, right arm down, eyes right. So under his sunglasses, he's looking to the right.
He's looking right at you.
Outfit daily, expression smile, head prop, party hat, red polka dots, origin, Rugrats X Hey Arnold.
What?
So I don't know. So I'm looking at this, right? It's got these generative art assets. So no one drew this one image.
Yeah.
Just like with Bored Ape Yacht Club, an artist drew a number of pieces.
Yeah.
And then they combined them in unique ways to make specific and different unique images. So in this way, you're not asking an artist to draw 65,000 images. You're asking an artist to draw 13 images and combining them in different ways to make 65,000 different images.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on here. So that's tier 1. You purchase a picture of a character and it's got this generative art stuff on it, right? So you do that. Great. Let's look at the history of this Tommy Pickles. Great.
All right, let's do it.
This pack was opened. Apparently you can buy packs of these. So it was opened and then it was minted to a person, sure. And then this person sold it for $134 on the market. Ooh, yeah. And then that person sold it for $205 on the market 5 days later.
They minted it.
Yes. Yep. So that's the history on Tommy Pickles number 290.
Yeah.
So that's tier 1. You can just buy an NFT of these characters. Tier 2 is slime. This is where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
you got your collection, right?
Like slimes are more basic. I see a lot of slimes.
They are, but they're tier 2 because
they're moving.
Slimes. Because slimes are, the tiers are not how good a thing is. I'm saying tier 2 is, and this is the second step. This is, so you have a collection of these characters, and let's say you take a look at your Hey Arnold and you say, you know what? Actually, I found another Hey Arnold that I like more. I'm going to get rid of this motherfucker. So you get your new Arnold. You say, blessed be my baby new Arnold. And you put up this old Arnold, right, on the market. Let's say you trade him. You can trade for slime. So you can take your NFT, trade it back to the market for slime. And this is an NFT that is unique.
Yeah.
Right? Not because it's not unique. It's all the same thing. It's all the same picture of slime.
Of course.
It's unique in that this is currency. This is Nickelodeon NFT currency is slime. Now, oh my God, no, Fee!
I found it in the marketplace.
I'm so happy. We got to touch on that. So you get a bunch of slime. Once you get 10 slimes, this is where tier 3 comes in. Okay, hit me. So now you've done your trading. You're a Nickelodeon NFT mogul. You're doing bumps of of powdered slime off the back of a toilet in the Universal Studios bathroom. That's who you are, right? Yeah. Now you're up in tier 3 land, baby. Yeah. This is when you start trading your slime to get mashup characters.
The mashups are fucking... they're nightmare.
So, you're thinking, all right, what are they going to do? Are they going to say, let's take Tommy Pickles, let's draw him in the style of Hey Arnold? No, that would have been reasonable. Instead, they take 2 characters and put them together. So, here's some great examples. I have Helga and Angelica.
Yeah, okay.
Helgelica.
Yeah.
We have Lil.
We have Larnold.
And Gerald. Larnold.
We have Larnold. We have Larnold.
We have Rhonda and Chucky. Chonda. Chonda just sold at the recording of this episode $650.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at the history. So, Larnold number 6, which is a combination of Lil and Arnold, the picture I sent you, is selling at $999,999.
So that's the price that they're asking for. Okay, yeah, I see.
It was opened and minted today, or no, sorry, yesterday, 2 days ago.
Wow, oh wow. I'm looking at it. It is upsetting to see Lil's face just pulled out. And she just looks like she's melting.
Yes, with
in the sun.
Because that's Arnold's mouth. And then they just glued her hair. And now Arnold's just bald on top. Just full bald. And I guess she kept her dress and now has Arnold's fucking his long shirt.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all of these things and
I'm currently looking at Helga Pataki number 735, and this is the prime example of why generative art is not as good. So she is holding a bottle of Yoo-Hoo in her left hand, and it is not near her mouth. It's it's close to her mouth, but it's not where you would drink from. It's like she missed. It's like she's trying to drink it because she has her mouth open and her tongue out, and it's like she missed the Yoo-Hoo, and then she's like because she missed it.
Yeah. Okay.
This is horrific. For that.
I'm looking at Angelica.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah, that's the character, baby.
That doesn't look like anybody. Oh,
God, can I describe this?
Fucking that Helga looks like she just got into a fight and now she's like licking the bottle to like fucking break.
Yeah, she's gonna lick the top off the bottle and then stab someone with it. Yeah. Who is this? Who is this? Hey Arnold?
Angelica. It's
Angelica.
It's a combination of Arnold and Angelica.
So it's got the kind of like Rugrats beanhead proportion, but for Arnold. So instead of it being like football shaped, it's a little pushed in, so it looks okay. But then it's got this like swooped up pointy nose, which I don't quite remember Angelica having. And then
she's got.
It's got two bows in the twin tails, right? But the two bows are the color of Arnold's undershirt.
Yeah. So here's the thing. She does have, like, a little pointy nose, but it's little, like in the Rugrats style. But I guess this is in Hey Arnold style, and it gives her this giant hook-ass nose.
Oh my God, you're right. I'm looking at Angelica now, and she's got a tiny nose. This is huge. This is like a dolphin. This is like a mammal, like an aquatic mammal.
Like, I'm not gonna... It looks like Arnold and Angelica, if she grew up, had a kid.
Yeah, it does. This is like something you could reasonably introduce into Hey Arnold canon.
Keep going down. Look at Gerald.
You're gonna have to send me a picture of Gerald because this is there are so many of these out there. I do also want to say that I'm looking at a picture of Chucky Finster, and he's got a fist. Like he has a fist up, like he's about to punch the shit out of someone. This is not Chucky.
Well, what about this one?
Oh no, you're right. Oh no.
Oh jeez.
Oh, it's Gerald. Oh, he's right here. So imagine Gerald from Hey Arnold. Yeah. Now imagine his head is Chucky's hair but black. He's got Chucky's glasses.
Imagine Chucky but black.
Yeah, and with Chucky hair still.
Yeah, he has the Chucky, like, kind of, like, wacky hair, but it's black. Yeah. And he kind of has Gerald's head, but, like, Chucky's face. Yeah. It's so weird.
I can't, like... If you want to check this out yourself, it is Nickelodeon.xyz.
I'm going to send you two that I think are, like, very nightmarish.
Oh, I get it. Okay, so this is the first drop. So this is their first drop of NFTs. And this is just Rugrats and Hey Arnold. So at some point, they're going to come out with two more series at the same time. Let's say Rocco's Modern Life and Cat Dog. No. And then you'll be able to get Kako. And that'll be great.
Fucking Kako.
This looks like Popeye.
This looks like
Who was this mashed up with?
That's Tomold. So it's Tommy and Hey Arnold.
Oh no! No, Hey Tomold, no. Tomold has an issue.
No, but you're gonna like Philby.
Oh, okay, Philby. Let's see Philby then. Oh, okay. Ooh.
That's oof.
Okay. Yep. So this is imagine Phil DeVille grown up with like hipster slick backed black hair, like the Phil hairstyle, but as an adult, which is terrible. Yeah. The small hat from fucking what's her name, and then
it looks like
the glasses.
Yeah, Phoebe.
Phoebe, thank you.
Because it's Phoebe, but oh geez, that's they should have looked at that and said no. It looks like an old man that still looks old yet is a teenager. No, I don't know.
It's horrific.
Very, and it's so fucking. Oh,
I can't even. I have to tell people about this because it's the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, so Bored Ape Yacht Club basically pioneered this idea
ugly
again, where like, you know, instead of creating unique art pieces, you create pieces of unique art pieces and use software to randomize it. That way you can create more unique art pieces. And that way you can also pay the artist for creating the pieces of art, but not the actual finished products.
Yeah.
Which is very smart on their part, the fucking assholes. Now this seems to be a thing where people are like, oh, so I could just do some stuff with this. I will say for a particular hackathon that an employer that I know about did. I was talking to one of the people that participated in it, and someone within that company decided to come up with a project in which you could say that you owned a house, and then they would generate a piece of art using an algorithm based off of that house. So the hero image of the house, they would take that picture and just like run it through some goofy filters and then be like, well, here's your unique picture of your house. And because you own the house, now you own this NFT as well.
You talked about
and
this
I was like,
last time.
But why?
Wasn't that person like trying to Shark Tank his way out into the zeitgeist?
Oh, God, I fucking wish. But yeah, you're close. This is the same guy that also had the idea of like fractional ownership and representing it with an NFT, and I was like, why?
So I gotta get off this website because I keep looking at all these monstrosities, and
yeah, it's hard.
It's really hard. Like the only NFT that has one-upped, I guess, Nickelodeon and the horrendous NFTs was GameStop. And GameStop put out the worst, like, nobody liked it, NFT.
Yep.
They, I don't know if you remember the picture of the falling man from 9/11. You know, he's upside down, he's falling, tragic picture. Now GameStop said, you know, it would be really cool if we...
You want to see something real sick?
want to watch me fucking be shitty? They released that picture and like drew over it and made him like an astronaut and the same pose and everything. And
yes, like it's shocking. Like this is a very well-known image from 9/11 and it's like of a man falling down and like his body is in a pose that looks relatively artistic until you realize that, oh, that's man dying. And so the problem here is that they didn't hide it enough. Like the background is very similar, and the pose is identical. Yeah. They just put an astronaut suit on him.
The background is identical.
The background is identical for the most part. They switched out a couple of things to make it look more like it's happening in space, which makes it more better, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, it's horrific.
They were fine. All the decisions. They chose the picture. They fixed it enough, and they were fine with releasing it, being like, this is fine. A national tragedy. A picture of a now dead man. No one will even put two and two together, and we have an artsy NFT. And then they released it.
Yeah. You gotta wonder if like, so I imagine that the person who made this art, he did this maybe without their consent. He maybe like it flew under the radar because GameStop doesn't employ artists, so they had to have contracted artists to make these NFTs and be like, hey, if I can come up with something. And somebody was like, there's no fucking way they're going to let me do this. But like, okay, let me give this to them. And he said, here you go. Here it is. Completely betting. Like this is, okay. Here, let me set the scene for you. Right. I'm fucking Philip DeMilo, like digital artist extraordinaire. I have forgotten that I have this NFT deadline, right? And so I'm like, all right, let me do some like photo bashing and like I'm going to start putting some stuff together. I'm like, shit, I'm not going to make it. And so I go, well, I did put this thing together some months ago as a joke on a Discord forum. Like, haha, look, see, like this is what I do. Except I turn tragedy into art. Haha,
you personally, and then you know that it's in bad taste.
Right, yeah. You know that this is a bad idea, and you go, okay, in order to buy myself some time, this is like when you submit an assignment late online, and then they're like, you just upload some random file, and they go, hey, what's this random file? And you go, oh, I must have uploaded the wrong thing, and that buys you a few more hours of work. Like I've done that twice, and it fucking works both times. So like, you know, I'm here, I'm fucking Philip DeMilo, I'm going for it. I'm like, all right, here's this thing. And then while you're dealing with that, I'll keep working on this.
Background working.
Yeah, and he's just working, plugging away. Doesn't even notice that his like notifications have gone off, right? Yeah. Like he finally gets 6 hours in and he's like, okay, finally I finish it. Great. Like if they've emailed me back by now, I'll submit it. If not, then I'll just wait. Oh, they have emailed me back. Great. And the only thing that is in the email says, looks good. Thanks for your timeliness. Great working with you. And he goes, no. Oh, fuck. I can't. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's like, oh no. And then like, he's like, they're gonna get back to me. Oh, fuck off. Shit. Oh no.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Cause I guarantee you, as soon as like, once this pops off enough, cause I haven't seen if GameStop has had a reply to it.
They've taken it down. I don't know if they've apologized or put out anything, but I know they've already taken it down.
Yeah, I imagine if they do come out to if they do come out with some statements about it, not like not hey, we're taking it down, but like hey, this was done by this guy, we didn't quality check it enough or whatever. They're gonna fucking name him for sure.
They're gonna fucking dox him. Like fucking Riot Games when they doxed those two guys for teabagging in their tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, fucking this was Phil DeMilo. Yeah, he's like, yeah, we contracted him to work on this, and he said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm having some internet problems at my home address, 123 Main Street.
Yeah, he lives in
Tacoma, Washington.
He lives in Texas, in this city, on this street. He said that he was having some problems, but why don't you go talk to him yourself? Here's his phone number.
Yeah, he says, oh, actually, I hate America, and I wish that anybody that has a problem with this would come and kick my ass. He said that. We told him to not say it, but he said it anyway, and he said, you better tell him.
He said,
you better tell him, or I'm going to make another one, and we don't want him to make another one.
He scared us. He Zoom called us without a shirt, and he threatened us physically.
I'm just GameStop.
Yeah, we're just Mr. GameStop. We just want funny pictures. We told him we wanted a funny little GameStop NFT, like a token or that rabbit from our commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And he told us to go fuck ourselves. And he said, you get 9/11 astronaut.
he said you take this.
This is my...
You know what? He sent us a picture of carrots. Yeah, it was just carrots. And we were like, well, it must be some joke. We don't get it. And then somehow the carrots turned into this overnight. We don't know how it happened. It's magic.
He must have had a time release picture. Where
yeah, this is a virus. This picture was a virus.
Oh my God. Come on, GameStop. Do better. I know you're like fucking... I know you're like becoming irrelevant, but just, I would say I don't remember the last time I've been in a GameStop, but I went in there like last week to buy a Switch game, because that's the only time I want a physical game is for my Switch. I bought what's it called? Xenogears.
Ooh, okay.
Xenoblade Saga or
Xenoblade,
Yeah.
There's so many. There's 3 Xenos. It's hard to keep them all straight. I get it.
I bought the first one because I heard it's good and part 3's coming out, and I want to be all caught up on it before I, make the leap. And not that you have to. Not that you have to. They're all different stories, but I want to.
Yeah, I think they're not super connected, so it's fine.
I know, but I want to play chronologically, and you know what? It's a good game, but they have a bunch of junk in their stores. Like I love Funko Pops, but they have just a bunch of junk that you could just buy online, like stuff that hasn't been like touched all over. And the games aren't even like that top. And sometimes they don't even have the games you want. You just have to go in there and hope that they have the game. Like I could have bought this online.
GameStop at some point started to be like, oh, we have old console games, we have new games, we have used games, and we have like PC games, right? We have all games, and you're like, great. And they said, okay, well, we're going to stop doing like super old consoles. We'll do last gen and this gen. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. What are you going to do with like the rest of that space? And they were like, we are going to fill it with board games. And I said, okay, sure. Those are games, I guess. They said, yeah. We're going to fill it with board games and
a bunch of stuff we got in these loot crates. Just
we had this loot crate subscription that we forgot to cancel, so we gotta move this merch so you can buy this old Rick and Morty shirt if you want it.
Who's going to GameStop to buy clothes? Like,
I don't know.
It's so funny. Like the one in Corpus has like these 3 like shirt things, and it's fine every once in a while. But like that's cool. But like they never have like gamer size. They have like small and like medium, but they never have like my size, an actual gamer.
That's a real gamer. This is what real gamers look like. No. You may not like it,
but this is what peak gamers look like. The size of a walrus, the size of a small continent. Just that's. That
very small continent, but that is a very big person.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, GameStop is becoming really irrelevant, and you don't really need to go there for anything. I could have bought that game. I could have just downloaded it, but I didn't want to. Because totally. Switch games are literally the only games that I buy physically anymore. Because I'm a PC gamer, PC Master Race.
Hell yeah. Also, PC games are like, if you have the Epic Game Store, even if you like disagree with the idea of the Epic Game Store, fine, whatever. They give away free games that you can keep forever all the fucking time.
Every week
it's crazy, honestly. Like you could have a full ass library and play just games that you found there for free forever.
Yeah, I think I have like 50 or so games that I just got from them for free. And there's probably like 3 games that I bought from them, like that I spent money on. And they're like all pretty good. They're not too bad. But they're not like shitty. Some of them are. Some of them are. I'll give it to them.
Sure.
Some of them are like really shitty. They're just like, oh, we got a game that we got to give out this week. What is it? And it's just like fucking Shit Stacker 3.
Yeah.
But it's not like PC has so many games that are accessible. Like you can go to Steam and they're always having sales. What's it called? EA. I wouldn't recommend buying games from EA. Epic Games, they have the free. They got Fortnite and fucking Rocket League is free. There's a bunch of just free shit. Now these are games you can get on console for free, but why would you?
Yeah, it's at this point like Xbox Game Pass is doing great, but also like there's so many free games that you could just fucking get on not only Epic Games Store, but also Steam now. Crazy.
Xbox Game Pass is on PC as well. Huh? So I also get those free games on my PC.
Yeah, but you pay for Xbox Game
Yeah,
Pass.
I know, but like...
They're not free then.
I mean, I pay $10 a month. So it's not like I'm paying for each and every one of these games. I'm paying for a service. It's like Netflix.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, I get all those games basically for free. Where?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah, I watch that for free.
Technically, I do.
Yeah, I mean, technically I do too because I'm not using my Netflix account. You know what I mean, though, Fee?
You can't use that if you're not paying for it. I'm just saying that's not how I would word that. I also, very briefly before we go, I'm having currently my own Phil DeMilo moment where for my stream, I'm trying to hire. Here's all I want, right? Like I run a Twitch stream in which like the theme is a cafe, and I want robots to come into the cafe, wave hi, walk off screen. That's it. Yeah,
that's all I want. I gave him a reference picture of the screen.
Yeah.
I said, here's what I need. Give me a robot that walks across the screen. And the first person that emailed me back, I have a suspicion that I know what's going on, but I didn't at the time. So he responds and he goes, yeah, sure. Great. What robot do you want me to animate? And I went, motherfucker, that's what I'm hiring. Draw me a robot that does that.
I want.
Come on, bud.
Come up with this robot.
I'm not saying like fucking, hey, draw me Rosie the robot from the Jetsons. I'm saying a robot.
I want Bender to come into my fucking cafe.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, I mean, I didn't have one in mind. Here's some reference images for sort of like the robot style that I'm looking for. And he's like, oh, great. Yeah. We'll go ahead and design one then. And I said, okay. Yeah, that's
the point.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm paying you for. But okay, sure. Okay. And he's like, all right, great. So like, you'll pay for that one, and then you'll pay for like the animation, but it's the same price as if it was just the animation. I was like, what? Okay, I guess that's how you have to split the order up. Sure. So you have to design the character first, then you have to animate the character. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah. I guess it's fair since you only gave him reference, you didn't give him a character, so now he has to design a character and then animate it, so that technically is
that's totally fine. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Here's where things get shady now. Then he sends me this character sheet with a robot on it, and I said, "Yep, that looks like a robot that is completely acceptable to walk into my cafe." So that's fine. It's this like blue robot that has like these yellow accents, and he's got like the clampy hands, and looks like a regular kind of 60s looking robot. So that's fine. Go ahead and animate it. I accepted it. I said, great, good job. And then he goes, great. We'll start animating. And then he returns with the video of the animation. He said, hey, how's this look? And it is a completely fucking different robot.
What the fuck?
Not even related to the one that he drew before. And I went, I think I'm seeing what's happening now. So what this person is he's the front man for this Fiverr account. Yeah. And he is asking other people, probably on cheaper freelance sites, to be like, hey, you fucking do this. Hey, you take the art assets from that and then you do this with that. And then I will, because I'm coordinating, I will take the profit from it. Yes, good. So he had one person design the character and then said, hey, other guy who does animations, here's this character, do an animation. And that guy said, I have a robot that looks kind of similar to that. Here, just fucking take this. And then he said it to me like, hey, how's that, boss? It's pretty good, right?
I was like, that's not what...
I looked at it like, this is not even close to the same. But I was like, you know what? It's fine, all right? Like, this is fine enough. You've done a robot that walks into the frame, waves, walks out. That's what I wanted. So I was like, great. Here's your notes. Flip the direction in which he walks in. Stop here, wave at this point. make the arm go higher, walk out of the frame, easy. And that'll be it. And then he goes, okay, can do. And then I wait. And then I get another video back, which does that, except it also, when the robot waves, it zooms in on him for some reason. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't want that. That's a weird thing that you just added for no, you put extra work in it for some reason. Okay, that's fine. And so I'm like, okay, fine though. So he's like, hey, this is done, right? Go ahead and accept the order. And I said,
no,
you need to give it to me in like an animated GIF format, and I need it not on that background, and I need it without that zoom, and I also need it in discrete, transparent PNGs. Those are the 4 requirements for you to finish this. And he said, okay, great, it will be done. Because that's how he talks. Yeah. Positive that this is like not like this is English second language from some fucking place. No idea. And then he comes back and says, I have delivered it. I looked, and it is the animated GIF version of the exact same video that he just sent me. It's like he took the video and put it into an animated, into a video to animated GIF piece of software, and then sent that to me and was like, eh?
Right?
And I said, fucking, no. Literally none of the things I asked you to do are met here, right? Like, the prerequisites to those file formats are that you have to, like, remove these 2 things. So that's where I am right now, is I'm like, do I need to make a step-by-step, step 1, fucking remove the zoom part. Step 2, fucking like remove the background, just give it to me transparent. Step 3, output it in these 2 formats. Do I need to do that? Because I can.
Your Fiverr account said you were a professional.
But here's the thing, the worst part is, because he split it up into 2 orders, I have already paid him to design a robot that this motherfucker isn't even using right now. So I can't even be like, hey, you need to like fix this or I'm canceling this order. Because if I cancel it, he's like, well, I still made $60. Fuck you. Like, damn it.
Oh man, that's shitty. Ow. That's really shitty. Like, that happened to me too. Remember when you were getting my Instagram messages?
Oh yeah.
That guy still never gave me a picture.
Wow.
I paid him $10 and he kept asking for money. And I was like, you haven't even given me a sketch. And then he gave me like a picture of the reference photo I gave him. But through that Instagram filter that looks like you drew it. And he is just like, hey, I'm just, really bad. And, could I have like $10, like $10 more? I'm like, dude, you haven't even shown me like anything. You've just put a filter on my reference picture. And like, he just never gave me a picture. And I was like, well, that's $10 I'm never going to see again.
Which, like, listen, the idea of that, I respect that hustle so hard to be like, I am going to automate my job entirely. What I'm going to say is like, I will do art for you if you give me a I will cartoonify your fucking whatever, right? Like, you give me a reference image of you, I'll turn you into a Simpsons character. And then I wrote a piece of software that does that for me automatically. And if it does it flawlessly every time, guess what? It's literally free money. I don't have to do a goddamn thing. Amazing. I love that. Yeah, idea. That's fine. Good for you.
But this guy was because I found him on like Reddit. And I like to help out like small artists because I liked, I'm a very narcissistic. I like to see cartoon styles of me done in other artists like style. So sometimes I'll get people and I'll what's it called? Commission them for a picture. And I've got for our logo for the show, I got it commissioned and it was no problem. It came out fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, it looks great.
But like this guy, he was definitely just out here like scamming for money. And that was like the first time I've ever like ran into a fake commission, like just coming for money. And it sucks to see.
Yeah, it does. It's not a fun experience to be like, yeah, I'm like expecting some amount of work and I'm hoping that this is going to be good. And then it's literally nothing.
Now it makes me question like anyone else that I want to commission.
Yeah.
So, that sucks. People like that suck. And I hope you get your robot. But we should be stopping. It's only going to be 2 hours.
Yeah, this is a long episode. We didn't record an episode for about a week and a half, and we just had a lot of things to say, mainly about NFTs, and then a lot about yo-yos.
Hey, well, I mean, I think it's fun when we talk about our history and like the differences that we had, and I was talking a little bit slower because I'm still getting over being sick. Yeah,
same.
I wasn't firing on all cylinders, so if like there's a little bits and pieces where I'm not talking, it's because I don't. My throat hurts, so I'm like saving up the good ones. I'm saving the good pitches. Yeah. I'm waiting for the good pitches.
Waiting for the good pitches. You're like, you have so many jokes in your brain. You're like, no, I gotta wait for a good one. I can't waste the voice on this one.
Exactly. So, and like, I'm not even really sick anymore, but my throat is like so fucking ragged from coughing. It sucks to talk, but I mean, not like sucks, but like. I know as I'm talking, like, my throat will, like, dry up because of, being sick. You know how being sick is.
Yep.
So, I don't have to explain to you. What am I, your HMO?
No,
that's what I thought. Yeah, you're health, you're human medical, ofrende.
Okay.
I don't know. What does HMO stand for?
Yeah, great question. Let's find out because I don't want to be wrong. It's health maintenance organization. It's a type of health insurance plan. Okay, sure. All right.
Before we go, I saw a funny video, and I just want to tell you about it.
Okay.
It was a video of like I think the 2018 Olympics. It wasn't the one that wasn't too long ago. And it was like during like I think the women's soccer or like something. And it was this Japanese, it was in Japan, I think. And the Japanese guy, I guess during the match, and saw a roach on the side. And then when they cut to his camera, they were filming the roach, walking. And it was a Mexican announcer. And he doesn't even get mad. He's just he's seen him film the cockroach, and he's like, "Oh, la cucaracha," and then the video cuts off. just real chill about it. Like he's talking about what's going on, and then he's like, "Oh, la cucaracha." It's just, I don't know why that's so funny to me.
God. Well, on that note, you can listen to us on any podcatcher that you can. You can also listen to us on YouTube. We are on all of those platforms. Rate us on everyone. You can also follow us on Facebook, other social media platforms.
We're everywhere. You can find us anywhere.
We're on TikTok, and we're here. We're doing podcasts for you every goddamn week.
every even week. Though we're real sick, we have to sit here and we have to talk for several hours. We don't want to.
About yo-yos. Makes me so mad.
So angry to remember my childhood.
I had to look at Nickelodeon NFTs for you people.
Actually, I really like that. I hate NFTs, but God, these fucking pictures.
They're so horrifically bad. Please go look at them and don't buy any of them.
Buy any of them. Yeah.
I'm so proud of all of you. Don't disappoint me.
I love all of y'all. I want you to get all of your what's it called? I want you to get all of your cherished photos of your old ones, and I want you to put them online, and I want you to mint them, and then go get them.
Go get them.
Brandish your blades and catch this fade, bitch.
The fuck?
I heard someone on YouTube say it, and I thought it was cool. Brandish thine blade and catch this fade. Like that's pretty sick.
I love that you're just nothing. You're like, I have nothing left to give. Here's the thing I heard on YouTube. And also your outro this week was legitimately take a picture of your grandmother and make it an NFT. Go get him. We just said.
What did you want me to say? I we talked about NFTs. Go fucking take your dog, put him in the car, go on a road trip, and go buy a yo-yo from the Grand Canyon. And go get him.
Mm-hmm. Go get him.
I don't fucking know. Like, I'm trying my best here. I'm doing my best. Dude, yesterday, when you're like, oh, you're ready to do your show, I was like, I'm sick. I couldn't get out of bed.
I can't even move.
Can you come to my house and can you record me?
That's fair enough. Our baby woke up in the middle of the night on Saturday when I was like really sick, and my wife was like, hey, I'm feeling really bad too. Like I took care of the baby all night. Can you like try to go get him? Are you feeling well enough to like go up and go get him? And I was like, oh, let's see. And I stood up. And I stood there for a second, and then I went, uh-oh. And I sat down on the ground because I was like, I'm about to pass out. Well, I guess that's not going to happen. And then I laid on the ground and was like, nope, no, can't do it. And then my wife gets up. I was like, okay, I'll go get him. And then as they get up, I like got to my feet and just sprinted into the bathroom to go throw up. My wife was like, I felt like such an ass. I was like, hey, I know you're feeling bad, but wake up and go throw up right now.
You ever just like,
Bye.